So after some sketchy pots, or I should say sketchy encoders, and very sketchy code, I finally managed to get the encoders working with the Teensy and the MCP23017s. Actually had to use seven of them because I've just recently found out that basically due to a design change in the chip from microchip, that GPA7 and GPA7A and GPA7B are not configurable as inputs anymore. They're outputs only, so it's actually labelled as a 14/16 input-output device. So you can't use the last pin on each bank of 8 as an input device. It doesn't work. So I found that out by reading a couple of GitHub pages, one by Rob Tillhart, which explains that there's a change to the chip fabrication a few years back. So I had to rejig all the LEDs and encoders and switches to different positions. So it's had a second rewire and a seventh chip added to the I2C chain. And that was fine. I got the LEDs working, and as you can see, if I scroll through the patches, the LEDs are changing, so the LEDs are working as outputs. And then I wanted to be able to speed up the encoders as you turn them, so slow turns for small changes and large turns for huge swings. And interestingly enough, my code caused the whole thing to crash, and I wasn't sure what it was. I thought it was bad I2C, all sorts of things. I've been trying desperately for 2 days to mess about with this, and I could turn an encoder and it would tell me it was turning, what speed it was turning at, etc. And then I'd turn the same encoder a few minutes later and it wouldn't respond. And that would happen randomly across all the encoders. But now, fortunately, that all seems to be good. So if I go to my screen, you can see here, if I turn the encoder 1, you can see it's got speed. If I really turn it, 10. If I slowly turn it, medium turn it, should get some 5s, 2s and 5s. Next encoder, encoder 5, not the next one. This is the next encoder. So I get the direction and I get the speed and I get the encoder ID, which I can use to map things. So I'm pretty happy with that it's not actually broken and it's very responsive and fast. I also had a bit of trouble with the fact that I'm using Teensy threads to refresh the screen, so at the moment that's turned off. I'm going to refresh the screen manually after every change rather than keeping Teensy threads running in the background because it's interfering with things. And that's about it. Happy with it so far.